When I was 35, a 13-year-old kid from my kendo community stopped me and asked how AP English was going. I just stared at him, completely baffled, and he tilted his sweet head and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you graduate already?" The total world destruction on his face when I said, "Dude, I'm in my 30s," was priceless. To be fair, my hair was electric blue at the time. But when I re entered the dating world about the same time, it felt like a literal time warp. I set out to connect with people who looked like me, assuming they were my chronological peers. That backfired spectacularly. I kept attracting men who were decades younger than me. My first real shock was going on a date with a 32-year-old. He looked nearly 10 years older than me, lined, graying, exhausted, and the kicker, he actually tried to condescend me about our age difference, explaining how people his age and younger think differently. WTF. I looked in the mirror that night and realized, oh, now I get it. We are all nearing 40, and I look like I just discovered what taxes are. I'm Dr. Alina Soto, your integrated sovereignty strategist, and this is the integration variable. When we were younger, beauty was about performance. It was about how much powder you could cake on your face. In my 37 years of life, I've never had a makeup phase that lasted longer than maybe an hour. Seeing shit on my face that flattened my natural tones into a dead single layer of fake color always made me feel like a corpse. I hated the idea of clogging up my pores on the daily to obscure what I naturally popped out of the vagina with. If you want to cake your face, go for it. I don't care. Even I do a little bit of pimple hiding in the spotlight. But no one will ever convince me to paint over my reality. I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm sharing this because we're social obligate mammals. A healthy wild mammal has a glossy coat, clear eyes, and vibrant energy. An unhealthy, stressed mammal will not. What you believe is what you think. What you think is how you act. And your relational choices determine at a cellular level who you are and how you age. Chronic stress, unexpressed trauma, and running your life from a state of hunger, aka depletion, is a toxic cortisol bath. It literally breaks down your collagen, halts your cellular repair, and oxidizes you from the inside out. You cannot topically soothe a systemic physiological fire. Even after popping out 2 kids in a row, I managed to create a somatic time capsule, literally aging backwards. Why? Because of my approach, FNPI, focal, neurocognitive, and physio-emotional integration. I am living proof that if you believe you're old and you can't, then you're right. This is what happens when you don't just manage trauma, you actually resolve it. This is what physical sovereignty looks like when you address the entire system, not just the surface symptoms. I chose to decide that chronological age is just a number, and it is vastly less important than the somatic systems you choose to build. I believe that I do what I want. Therefore, I'm right. If you're ready to stop letting your survival system oxidize your biology and your business, pick your starting protocol below. Let's see if we're a match.